good morning. They say that money is like a sixth sense, and you can't, make use of it without the others. Of course, the other five, sixth sense, that's your hands, your eyes, your feeling, your talking, and all that. Talking about using our sixth sense, welcome to Just Africa, and this is where we use our sixth sense, of course, to analyze everything that has to do with business, development, and economy. My name is Swift Aderinto, and the beautiful thing about the show is I am never alone. I'm surrounded by two very handsome men, one on my right, one on my left, and that means money. Well, my left, let me start with my left. I have my co-host, who is looking extremely good today. We know it's Mr. Priye's birthday, by the way. Happy birthday, Priye, out there. Olumide, good morning. How are you?
Good morning, Swift. They say blessed is she among handsome men.
Mama twins in the building, but you do look good. You are here to, analyze this topic properly and talk about Africa. Definitely. I like that tie. And of course, on my right-hand side, I call him a man that is common. We are talking about Ayodeji Aluko. He's a renowned, or he heads CRC for new business conversations, which is very critical to what we are talking about today. He studied chemistry in University of Ado-Ekiti, and right now he's a financial guru. How are you doing, sir?
I'm good. Nice to be here. Thank you, Stuart.
It's fantastic being here. So I want to ask, before we start to analyze, how was your journey into finance? Because we are talking about chemistry. Yes, we know in Nigeria. I studied political science, but here we are. So how was your journey to the financial market?
Okay, for me, is the journey, it was an unknown part.
Okay.
So when I said unknown, I never knew it was, maybe I'll call myself accidental.
Okay.
I can relate.
Yeah, it was just, I didn't just know. I mean, I came in from, background of where people are literally, civil service, and civil service. But for me, I just had this intent that something bigger, something more. And then, yes, reading chemistry was a very fantastic aspect of my life that gave me some insight as well. But I've never used it to earn money in my life. So for me, I'm happy to take that suite. That's the data on the journey, and it has been fantastic since the day one. So I just find myself that I'm more fine here. And I've not looked back.
I like the fact you're fine here, Dr. Aluko, from the very popular Aluko family in the East. All right, so today we are going to be dissecting and talking about the role credit and infrastructure play in data system in Nigeria businesses. And of course, we should understand that when credit is a luxury and cash is king in most African economy, access to credit remains limited. Before we go any further, since you are the guru here, let me first ask you, what do you think the challenges are in Africa, using Nigeria as a case study with getting credit? Because you work in a place where you encourage new business. That is your position. You are not just, you work as a regional manager, meaning you cover a region. Which region do you cover first?
Okay, for now, I covered Abuja, that is Federal Capital Territory, and the northern part of Nigeria. That's like 18 states in Nigeria, yes.
So what is the first challenge you feel that entrepreneurs have when it comes to getting access to good data and funds?
Okay, number one is knowledge.
Okay.
Many people, they are not aware of what is available for them. So that has really impacted their access to finance. So, access to finance is beyond I have what it takes to take it. So when you have what it takes, how will you sustain it? So for me, and the little experience that I've had in this space, I believe that, yes, we have identified that access to finance is the thing. Access to finance is a thing, but beyond that, what the people we are saying that access to finance is a thing to them, what are they also doing? So that's the knowledge part.
Wow, I like that. Okay, so still talking about knowledge, I want to ask, your company, what's that specific thing they offer?
Okay, so CRC Credit Bureau is a registered credit bureau in Nigeria. Regulated by Central Bank of Nigeria. I mean, we've been here for over 16 years now, and then we have been doing this. So what we do basically is to ensure we provide data insight to people out there that we're able to connect, that the lender and the borrower can connect effectively
Now,
and make an decision.
There's something I like about what you said. There's a reason why I asked, because I'm not trying to market your company alone. I want to ask you, what other companies run these services in Nigeria?
Okay, that's fine.
Because a lot of people out there feel, where can I get loans? Is it only on my phone? I need to go to one mama down the road who will tell me to drop Asho. Okay, so that's where I'm coming from.
Yes.
Because how can people who don't know, you said education, fantastic. How can people who don't know, which other companies run such services?
Okay, in Nigeria for now, we have 3 registered credit bureaus in Nigeria.
Okay.
So when I mean registered, regulated by Central Bank of Nigeria.
Yes.
So, and they're known. So I've mentioned CRC Credit Bureau. We have First Central Credit Bureau as well. And we have Credit Registry Credit Bureau in Nigeria. So we have those 3 of us. We are the ones that work in that credit bureau space.
You people are the big 3.
Yeah, we are the big 3.
Bam.
All right, so when accessing credit facilities in Nigeria,
Yes.
you hear of credit score.
Yes.
Well, for those who are learned, or for those who are educated, we understand. But for the informal sector, for people, the hairdresser and all that, can you take us through what credit score is, how to build a good credit score, and what can mar a credit score, what can take it from maybe 100 to down to 0?
Okay, it's very simple. I'll put it like as if, so, credit score is actually a digital representation or interpretation of your credit worthiness. How worthy are you? What are the things that you have done in the past? I used to jokingly tell people that it is only in the credit space that your past is not forgiving.
Oh!
Really?
Your past has impact on your future.
Wow.
In our religion space, we said there is forgiveness, there is mercy, your past is gone. But in credit space, your past has impact on your future. Your ability to ensure that you utilize your present to influence your past is just the credit score. We are talking about the impact now. So it's just for me, how is Ayodeji, Nigeria Delimited, how is it represented on the scale of, let's just say, 0 to 10? You understand? 10 being the highest. 0 being the lowest. So in a CRC space now, we utilize a system called a FICO scoring model. Okay. So that's what we use in CRC. It's an international scoring model that is widely acceptable everywhere. So it's just interpreting those data we have received from a member, turning it into digital representation that now qualifies you, that now give me a comfort that as someone who is a lender, I do not need to be reviewing 14, 15, 25 pages of credit report. Just with digital, just with a score, I can have access to it. So your question is very loaded. So you ask that, what should I do to improve my credit score? Yes, as an hairdresser, someone who doesn't, ensure you make your payment on time. That's number 1.
That's if you take a loan?
If you take a loan,
okay.
Ensure you are meeting up with your repayment. Ensure that you have flexibility. You take, not that you should take as much as we can, but takes what you can manage as well. Look at your quantum. What type of loan mixtures do you do? You understand? What kind of loan? Okay, maybe mortgage. For someone now, I'm taking an infrastructure loan to develop my something. Mix it all together. The key thing is that ensure you maintain your payment regularly as when due. Ensure you do that. That one will help you. Yes. And then it will help you to build a very fantastic, don't miss payment. When you miss payment, it has negative impact on your credit worthiness. Thank you.
Still talking to you because I really want you to educate us.
I will.
Yeah, so the layman, there was something you just mentioned. You were like infrastructural loan. What facilities do your company, for example, render right now? So if I'm an entrepreneur, I want to go into business, like you said, hairdressing. What kind of facilities would you advise me to take? What should I be looking at when I walk into a bank or your company to try and take a loan?
Okay, let me just clarify. Credit Bureau, we do not offer loans.
Okay.
Credit Bureau, what we offer is that we offer a platform, like I've mentioned, to enable the lender and the borrower to see how my borrower, who are they, I do not want to lend in the dark as it was in the past.
Yes.
If you listen in the course of this week, you mentioned the Banker Association of Nigeria by their president meeting, having some sort of meeting, saying that in Nigeria we have over, in the commercial banking sector, we have over something trillion non-performing loans there. And then we don't want it to escalate beyond that. Yes, we are doing well. I mean, we've been, with the coming of the credit bureau, it has stabilized. So we do not offer loan, we don't offer suggestion. But on myself now, I can now say, everybody, you know what you need. You know the facility that is required of you. Look out for people. We have many vendors, many platforms. I'm talking about people that are genuine, because there are people, lender out there that are not genuine.
Okay.
People that are genuine, people that are regulated, even in all the spaces, you can, from there, you can tell them, don't just jump at every available credit that have been open to you. Look at the terms and conditions, how suitable it is for my business. You are into, maybe you are an hairdresser somewhere in Brazzaville. You open a beauty parlor there. You do, what do you need? How do I scale up? How do I scale up and you are established? How do I scale up from having three branches, moving out, even outside outside your country to another space. So you will need credits. Your focus. So I tell entrepreneur, I tell them that your vision, what you are seeing, how you are projecting yourself, there is know-how that credit will not be part of what you will require to move to your next level. Because someone has the money, but someone needs to, the money that I have, my ability to de-risk, to ensure that even with good credit, you will continue to have, in other space, you continue to have what is called a lower interest rate.
Yes.
So if I am able to maintain that, that will enable me now to go out there and brandish my scores, my credit information, my scores, that my credit worthy. Ayodeji Nigeria Limited is a credit worthy organization. I'm here. You see what we are doing. Partner with us. Release some funds to us. We have the capacity to pay back. Keeping a good, good bookkeeping that someone can come and look at and say, oh, you are doing well. You are meeting up all your obligations. And then I'm happy to conveniently, because we're looking at Africa window, how both, as someone can be in Nigeria, having an entrepreneur and having the same businesses. So you will need credit. So that is very, very important for us as an Africa, as an entrepreneur, to utilize the services that the credit space has made available. There are a lot of credits. There are a lot of credit times, and yes, it's being brandished by names, or okay, maybe, like I mentioned, infrastructure. Infrastructure might be, okay, I'm building, I need to expand, so I need a loan to build that. But in Africa as of today, the space has grown beyond what we know 20 years ago. So when people talk to us in the bureau, they would think, oh, I want to do this. We look and tell them, yes, Nigeria has moved past that. In Nigeria, in Africa now, we're looking at the space in Africa has gone beyond people not having access. Access is there. So the infrastructure that we are building as a bureau in ensuring the data, your data out there, somebody that is invisible, who does not have, not just credit only, there are other sources of data. How much are you loading on your credit? Do you know it can serve to measure how worthy you are?
Your credit worthiness.
I know you have a lot of questions for me.
All right, so talking about this credit facility,
Yes.
Remember not quite long, let's say a year or 2 years, we had the introduction of these mobile online operators, these loan sharks, and, they went
viral.
They went viral. That's the mild word to say. They went viral.
Yes.
So my question now is there, do you also take part in regulating some of these, loan sharks?
Loan sharks?
Yes.
Loan sharks is the part of everywhere. Anywhere you get to in the world, you will have loan sharks there. They are unregulated. They are unregulated, so you will always have them.
How do you regulate them?
You know, in the scripture, they say, these people, you always have them. So these people, I don't you will always have them.
Okay.
So having them is not a problem. You, the lender, you are the one that need to be knowledgeable. Who is who? Who are the people that I'm dealing with? So in Africa, everywhere, the African space has opened up. The credit space in Africa has opened up. So because it's the most vibrant economy in terms of growth, in terms of space, you might be thinking, it might not, no way are talking about growth. We're not talking about the dollar and naira application to the, but we are seeing something, other places is growing at the 2% rate. Ours is growing from 15, 20, 30. It might not be in the same quantum in terms of, but Africa market is growing. So people all over the world, they are coming into Africa. They are coming in here. So our desire is that there will be policy in regulating, in ensuring those people are tamed. Tamed in the sense that we are not chasing them away. We want them, I'll be careful with the government, policy maker, to ensure that what can we do to bring them into our space? Because they also are contributing to the growth of the economy. But they are not being accounted for. Thank you.
All right.
All right, so
you wanted to ask a follow-up question. Yes.
Follow-up question now is, I'm looking at a regional credit system. How can Nigeria go from where it is now to regional credit system? Let's say I find myself in Ghana, or I'm doing business in Ghana, and I want to access some form of credit as a Nigerian. Do you see Nigeria moving to that, or Africa basically moving to that
Yes.
level?
We are looking at, that is an African Union. You know about African Union?
Yes.
So that is a free trade policy.
Yes.
That enable me to move from here and do trade.
Yes.
In West Africa,
yes,
there is a ECOWAS.
Yes.
There is many ECOWAS treaties that have been signed by the ECOWAS members that enable me. So what they are doing, in CRC, we have a platform that enable Nigerians who are moving from our home country to other space to be able to carry their credit information, their scores, their credit liability and assets, and carry it to a place that you are known. So we enable that happening. With that, what I want to do for us is that technology is driving the business.
Yes.
Technology is driving the credit space in Nigeria. Nigeria has become a very big hub that nobody can ignore in terms of technology development.
Definitely.
And then we cannot overlook what is happening here in that space. So everyone here, when you move into that another nation, another country in Africa, or even outside Africa, you are permitted to carry your credit. It will be scaled up to what is being adopted into what is available in other clients. So it is essential. That's why we are speaking to everybody listening to us, that ensure you are building what is right that can last for tomorrow. That your tomorrow can smile at your today and say, thank you for doing me well.
Wow. Talking about thank you for doing me well, Olumide. Ayodeji Aluko, you have been giving us back to back. I like it. So talking about thank you for doing me well, I want to ask, what is, in your opinion, what do you think governments can do better with private policies when it comes to taking loans and helping with people's credit scores? I'm very particular. I'm very invested in entrepreneurs, especially the younger ones. Wow. A lot of them complain they don't have access to loans. A lot of them complain that when they get loans, what they are supposed to pay back is ridiculous. The interest rates are ridiculous. There is this very sad story of somebody who lives at Ajao Estate who took a loan for his business. Business is not kicking in yet. The man dies and the bank sells the property. And the widow is there. And I know that this is where you people come in. But what do you think, like I asked before, government should do to, regulate this and make it better? Okay,
the traditional lenders,
yes,
who has been in that space, yes, it must have taken a while, but they have done well.
Okay.
They have done well although there was a bit apathy at a point, but they have done well to scale up that space in the era of retail lending or whatsoever. So the space is not even yet developed to the extent that we we are looking up to as a credit bureau, because we have the infrastructure ready to receive as much data from the lending space to the bureau. We have that infrastructure. So what I mean is that what government can do is very simple. Now we have a government customer regulated focused institution in Nigeria. That is in Nigeria, I'm sure is also in existence in other African countries, that is regulating customer experiences with their customer experiences with their, how will I put it now, with people that they are dealing with, that make them to have a fair, balanced interactions. So people jump into loans. People don't read what the terms and conditions. That every loan, there are terms and conditions. People who are out there, they are into businesses. In as much they want to make profit, they are also, some of them have human faces. They will show you, okay, the kind of loan you are asking me for is like, I can, so if I spread, because Nigeria, we have this attitude, it's been something around us. Oh, I don't want people to know that I'm borrowing. I don't want somebody to know I am doing this. So you do it quietly, you do Nicodemously.
So that which people will not...
They do it Nicodemously.
Yes.
But there is more to it. I mentioned knowledge.
Yes.
Read. Terms and conditions on your phone. The space has now gotten to a stage that on your phone, in your bedroom, anywhere you are, along anywhere that is internet, even there is no internet, there are some you can just use with a code on your phone, you can borrow. There are terms and conditions attached into it. Many people, they feign ignorance of that. So with that now, like the man you mentioned, the man might have tied down that, okay, because loan is very psychological in nature. When you need it, you want to do everything that you intend to do. But the question you should ask is that in other clime, how do they do it? We have credit cards. We have a lot of opening for people to borrow. Even is a culture. In other places, a culture. Why is it now we are bringing it? It's coming home here gradually. Yes. It's our own culture too. It's going to become a culture very soon. It is becoming, for the next generation, it's becoming something because that they do. Because in our own space in Credit Bureau, we see people of below with the age range that are able to access facility. And they are doing well. But some too are not doing well because they do not know how to manage. They will run away. When they are looking for them, they will throw away the same. So if I know that I'm not meeting up with my obligation, there are times and conditions that the lender will have imputed into it. If I'm unable to pay, okay, come. I told people to stop running away. When you are unable to meet up your repayment, meet with your lenders. Because they're into business. We have to understand that. It is not your dad, it's not your mom, it's not your brother that is giving you money and you promise to pay back and you can say, oh, I'm so sorry, I cannot pay back. I cannot pay back now. No. When they come to you, where's my money now? You said you will pay me tomorrow. No, give me next tomorrow. Because it's a structure. They are reporting. It's regulated. So when you're unable to meet, they are mandated by extant law to ensure such, they report that to the CRC Credit Bureau to make a decision about you. So when you are going into that space, anywhere you are, any country you are participating, you wanted to have knowledge. Government loan is there. Government promoted, adjusting. If you listen to the president broadcast on the June 12th, you heard him talking about credit, because they want to open the space. We know that when there is more money, people will be able to turn it around and it will create employment also. Yes. You understand? So people must be able, everyone out there must be able to say, before I sign, before I click check, read what it entails. If they tell you that it is 12 a.m., don't go and do 12:03 a.m. Go and do 12:03 that they will understand. It's digitalized. The system has picked it. You understand? So that's where many of us are. Thank you.
Thank you very much. So my next question now is, now you guys are into the business of data, credit scoring and all that. And yes, it's the CRC, but what safeguards do you think are in place or should be put in place to safeguard or to prevent misuse of this data, in the wrong hands?
Okay, in credit bureau, like I mentioned, credit bureau is highly regulated.
Okay.
And in Nigeria, we know we have data protection policy. We are not just regulated by by CBN.
Okay.
There is an act of the National Assembly called Credit Reporting Act that regulate our businesses. It's not just something our government. No, there is an act of parliament that regulates, and it sits like that from other countries in Africa. So credit bureau is not possible. Our data, we have over 127 million credit records in our repository in CRC. So that is huge.
Yes.
That's huge for both individual businesses and corporate businesses and individual. So it's huge business. So it is essential that everything technology-wise is being put in place. And since we've been here for Credit Bureau has been here for like over 17 years now. So we have been here, CRC Credit Bureau. We have never had any interference with our data. And then we meet up all our regulatory benchmark as it's required of us to operate. So we've never had it. So those data are in the best place. And we have done that as a trust, because every data we have in our repository in CRC Credit Bureau is given to us as a trust. So we don't joke with it.
So, sorry, one moment question. Are there any other institutions that can access this data? Let's say, for instance, I've heard so many times that your credit score could also affect your visa application. Is that true? I've always heard that.
What you say, it's credit. We're talking about how worthy you are.
Yes.
So if I'm a business, you ask a question in the course of this interview that I'm moving to Ghana, maybe I'm moving to US, I'm going on a business visa. You understand? So the business is there. They also want to know, you understand, how worthy that you are. Yes, you might have the billions in your account, but how credit worthy are you to come into my space to operate? So should I shock you? Not only for visa, people don't know that even institutions in hotels, industries, they are using credit bureau services. You go to industry, you go to maybe a manufacturing company, I'm taking the goods from you. So, that's why we say the space is large. We have not even, we have scratched the space, but we have not dig it down in Nigeria. They want to know, AB Nigeria Limited, that I'm giving this good worth 20 million naira to. So for me to know that you are having a down payment of 35%, the remaining percentage, how will I be able to recover my money? I will check your credit worthy. How worthy is that your business? So that's why I tell people, businesses is not just you. It's everything around your space. You must ensure we are just building trust in the market space. Let that be a trust. If I've given you, ensure you return it back. If you tell me that, sometimes the lenders, the reason why the lenders is that I just want to ensure that I have my money back. How can I have my money? Let me increase the interest rates. But when people have good interest rates, good credit score, good credit worthiness, you can use it to bargain for lower interest. So to your question, if I'm not credit worthy here, what will it take me to become a credit worthy in the country that I'm going to? So that is applicable. There are hundreds applications of credits, how credit worthy you are. Every space, there's anywhere that is buy now today and pay later. Buy now today and pay later. You need to be checked. Before I release my 1 naira to you, because that 1 naira makes meaning to me, I must check you out. So that's why CRC Credit Bureau is there, to ensure we give people, the lenders, the industry, the manufacturing industry, the hotels. People go into hotels. They will, you will pay me back. People travel.
Yes.
People travel. Am I right?
Yes.
You pay for the ticket. I will pay for you. You go. When you come back, you pay me. So that's what I'm saying. The utilization of credit is everywhere that you don't know. You go, it may be another client. You buy a card, maybe you are going from Nairobi now, you are moving within. You have a card that you can do. It's not a case that I can't come out because I don't have money.
Yes.
You have something to use. End of the month, you will pay it back with a bit of interest on. So that's why we want people to build. Someone said, I'm encouraging credit. Yes, I'm encouraging credit. Because I know with more there, with more space in that space, with more people in that space, the economy will keep moving. And is the entrepreneur that moves the economy.
Yes.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, talking about moving the economy forward, guess what, guys? We want to move you forward by taking you on a quick break. Of course, when we come back, we're going to be talking about bad debts, what you see or what your organization can do to people who have taken loans or facilities and it seems like they can't pay back, and what to do when your credit score keeps dropping. And of course, we're getting first-class advice from Ayodeji Aluko, who is a master in this. And of course, I'm not alone. I am with Olumide, and we are still doing this. This is Sook News TV. Don't forget to drop your comments on our YouTube page. We're going to read them. We want to know what you think. If you have any question for Aluko here, please ensure that you ask those questions. Let's take you on that quick break, and when we come back, Just Africa continues. I am Swift Aderinto. Welcome back. I know you've been enjoying the conversation. This is still Just Africa on Sook News Television. Like I told you, feel free to ask any question you want to ask. And of course, today we are talking about credit infrastructure and how it can, and data, and how it can develop the economy in Nigeria. I'm not alone having this beautiful conversation. I always tell you, on my left-hand side, I have Olumide, who is my partner in crime. How are you?
I am not your partner.
Because of credit now, he wants to deny me. On my right-hand side, I have Ayodeji Aluko. Very brilliant young man. How are you doing, Ayodeji?
Thank you, Aderinto. Sweet.
So I want to ask, Olumide, how's your credit score now? Because it's been talking.
My credit score is going well. I really don't access credit like that.
But you need to access credit, Olumide.
Yes.
You need to build it.
We are going to...
Credit score, it's not just a mark by looking at your facial look.
Yes.
No, it's something that you must do to earn.
Okay.
Start somewhere.
So let me tell you, I am, like a lot of Nigerians, I believe in saving. Olumide also has that thing. I bought a car, I didn't take credit. I saved.
Fantastic.
Anything I do, I don't take credit because I'm afraid of the ripple effect. Does that affect my credit score?
Yes.
Please explain.
So your credit score, like I've said, is the cumulative of the credit activity that you have involved in. That's what so if you have never been involved in any form, in any way, yes, when you buy credits, when you buy call cards on your phone, people buy on credit. Do it.
Okay.
You are building something. It might be very little, but you start for somewhere. You gave an example. Fantastic question. You have saved your money. Just look at how long, how many rain. Though I know you will not have rain. Rain would have been.
Amen. Yes, but yes, it took a longer time.
It took a longer time.
Because the dollar keeps going up.
Yes. Why didn't you, at the moment, at the onset, when you have seen that there's a need, that is an expansion, I can't be working, I need something to aid my work, and I don't have what it takes, what I need, and you have the capacity to be able to spread that burden with just a little, maybe instead of me doing 10, they want me now to do 11.5. You understand? And I have the capacity, that my savings, I can begin to, you understand, push it. So let me take it now, get this car, and I spread it. The car is mine. And I have, it is when people do not have good intention of repaying back the loan, that's when they don't want to take it.
Okay, so Mr. Ayodeji, I know that Olumide wants to talk to you, but I'm going to do this since I'm in the middle, like I'm, cut. That's the middleman. I'm going to cut this one. But I want to ask a very big question.
Go ahead,
so,
please.
A story was once told to me that we had employed somebody, or my organization had employed somebody, and then the person had come in with two names. So the person said his name was, let's say, Tola Fatuma. And they kept asking, how come you only have two names? Your certificate keeps showing, and he was like, no, he's done a change. He actually had a change of name. And over the time, by the time they wanted to pay his salary, because of BVN, the bank hit them up that, look, this guy had taken a loan or a facility from his former company, and he had run away. And so when he came, he changed his name so that you people don't know that this is who he is. So I want to ask, what does your company, in this kind of situation, what impact does your company have, or how can it review for the company that is hiring, and of course the company that this person has taken a loan, working with them, and has run away or has resigned from?
Okay, thank you. You know, I was telling us how credit bureau, impacts our total space. Everywhere you go, credit bureau has a role to play.
Okay.
In Nigeria as of today,
Yes.
people, I have a name. You have a name, am I right?
Yes.
Even our names, I've met someone who be exactly
The same
name like mine. You understand? But there's so many things that distinguish us.
Okay.
You know, at the onset of the BVN, bank verification number in Nigeria, it was even the credit bureau space that pioneered that.
Wow.
That were the one that pioneered that. In other climes, you have social security number
Yes.
that everybody has that you cannot change. It's not transferable. Now in Nigeria, we have national identity number.
Yes.
We have bank verification number. So in Nigeria, this is just an advice for every employer. Everyone coming to you, it is your obligation, it's your responsibility, you check them out. CRC Credit Bureau has many members, we call them members, that are playing the space of, background checks that do it with people. This is technology.
Yes.
People have brought you, like now, if that company now is a member of the bureau,
Okay.
have reported such incidents, not incidents, have given us such data,
Your
it will be
names.
there.
Okay.
So when you move into a new organization,
Yes.
before I employ you, there are some selective positions, regulated selective position in Nigeria, that before you get there, the regulator in that space, they want to know who are these people. They come to the bureau to check them out, to look at their credit worthiness. Because I want to know how you are. So if I see name, Ayodeji, my name is Aluko Ayodeji Aluko.
Okay.
So if I've come here, so there are times in Nigeria that you can just walk in, because there is a system that our financial sector follow.
Okay.
That is follows, that everybody now must follow. In the way we write, if you go to some other country, the way they write their own date, it might be year in front, date, month in the middle, day the last. But ours in Nigeria is dates in the front,
Month.
month,
And
year. Year in full, not like 1999.
Okay.
You understand?
Yes.
So those are the things. There's a way, so in Credit Bureau, we have a way of an approved template that CBN, that Central Bank of Nigeria, has given to us to be receiving this data. It must follow that perspective. So if somebody have given you a wrong name,
Yes.
the system, our technology in CRC Credit Bureau has a way of identifying it.
Wow.
And it will bring it together that this person, you are the one that knows the person. I've stayed in number 22, Kanye Street, Wuse Zone 5, Wuse Zone 2, Abuja. Now, am I right? I'm now in Lagos. But something will have pointed that out. In his previous address, he has mentioned it, but the name is not tallying.
Wow.
So let me check who is that person is. I don't know, the way you open, you see it's the same person. So, it's give you, we said in CRC, we're giving you insights, your ability not to be in the darkness. Because when I'm in need, when I come in front of you, I hope you have seen somebody who's in need before.
Yes.
How desperate they will be. I'm sure it's the same thing applying to employer. When you need to employ someone you are in need, you quickly want to fill a space.
Yes.
But in doing that, do your checks. Come to the bureau. We have this person, get their consent. There's a consensual aspect. Become a member of the bureau of CRC. With that now, when people come to you, even your contractor, you are given a job. Oh, we're scaling up our studio. We're building multiple studios. Yes. Oh, this contractor have showed up. Oh, okay, the bill is this and that. You are invoicing, they are giving you invoice for you to pay. Okay, we're going to pay you 50%. If I'm giving my money to you to commence this work, I must know, not that my money will disappear in your hand. You will not be giving me, we are sorry, we are having a delay, our importation. Maybe the money, what are using your money to import? Somebody has cooked down in China, and somebody need to get here. And you have been looking, we are doing countdown. New studio is coming the next 13 days. And the studio lights is not yet here. You understand? So those are the risks that credit bureau is. We are de-risking the market. So if we are de-risking the market, that's why everybody must come into that space to look at what we are doing. So that employer now will have known that this person that I have removed. So I cannot ask you a question as a risk analyst now. I cannot ask you a question and say, Mr. So, your name, why was it removed? The bank, thank God for the bank that alert you. Because the bank too has put under a system. Maybe they are also be alerted. They have conducted credit checks and discovered this person that you are put in this position is owing this person, and that's the person you are committing your financial records to. Someone that you have given authority to be dealing with your money. You are exposed already.
Yes. So my flip side, Olumide, I'm so sorry. I know you want to ask a quick question. But now, for my flip side now, we have talked about employers now.
Yes.
The big benefits. So an employer wants to employ me, checks my credit score through you. Now, by the side, I do side gigs. So, for example, I do fashion stuff. By the side, I run small businesses. And many times, as a small entrepreneurial business owner, when you want to do stuff for people, they tell you, just bring it. Let's see what you really have, you know. They will pay you all later, maybe in a week. What can I do to protect myself as a young person too? I don't have the big money.
Not the big
yes,
money.
No, because I
get it. You know, when people talk about availability of information,
yes,
you don't need more.
Okay.
It's not really about money. In CRC Credit Bureau, yes, that is a premium. But the premium, where you are, we come there to meet you there. You understand? Where you are, we come there. So you don't need to be big.
You want to have 10 million
yes,
naira
to run. It's not, we're not looking at we are credit bureau. We are not looking at your portfolio.
Okay.
We're looking at the data that you have. So if somebody is calling me, if you're a member, maybe your business has registered with the credit bureau, CRC, and you have, this company AB, company CD has come and meet me, and they asked me to bring in goods for them. Then let me supply, and they will pay me. You have they feel it. That's why we talk about documentation.
Yes.
Don't do, so far you are doing it today, that you need to be the one. The time will come that will be the one coming to you. Yes. We believe in growth, am I right?
Yes.
We are scaling up. So why can't you start from today? In your documentation, fill a form. It's not the kind of business that everyone should do. Yes, there are businesses that don't need to fill a form for, but keep the records. Keep records. Somebody has said, so you don't even know their name. You don't know the company. You understand? You don't know their address. You don't even know who are behind. And you are supplying goods worth millions or even billions of naira to them.
No, even if it's 500.
Even if 500,000. Even if it's 200,000.
Yes.
You are supplying. So what if you get them? You know, I work in the banking sector.
Yes.
And I know how people can appear to you. And you will, this man is a big man. African language.
All right, thank you very much. Now, so the first question is, can an individual, let's say myself, can I access my credit score?
Yes.
All right. So moving on to the next question. Now, data and credit score is interconnected, which means institutions can access it. So I'm looking at a situation whereby someone with not necessarily bad credit, but a low credit, goes to a hospital, wants to access some medical
healthcare. We're in
facility.
healthcare as well. We have healthcare.
So they
on our platform.
go ahead and do a credit check.
Yes.
And they see that he probably has a low score. That might also undermine,
Negative.
yes, in a negative way, them giving him the necessary or emergency medical attention he needs at that point.
Okay, let me, you know, that's part of me. People saying, Credit Bureau, I've met people in the course of my work.
Yes.
They will tell me the reason why I don't want to join Credit Bureau is that I don't want to lose my customer. The same customer that we are protecting.
Wow.
We are protecting your customer. We want to put them out there to have access, to be able to be seen, so that they will not become invisible. We are doing something for them so that everybody will see them and allow their businesses to grow. But if you say you don't want to come into that space, you also deny them opportunity of growth. You understand what I mean? So it is important. If I check out my credit score, if they discover in the medical something emergency, so now I can say, okay, credit bureau is not just it's not meant to deny you access to credit. It's for me to be informed. So if I'm asking you, even in credit bureau in CRC now, it's not only for credit. We even we have a data check repository, dot check. You know, in Nigeria, it's an offense to give a dot check.
Yes.
You know that?
Yes.
You issue credit against non-available fund. So when you do that, we have a data for it as well. So because when the data come, if I cannot see, okay, I've not done credit, but you have issued a check. My father now does not have credit, but my father, his means of giving money to people is by writing a check.
Yeah.
Do you understand? So my father too, in his space, in his old age, is captured. So that's why it doesn't exclude. So now, for that, in that situation, if I notice that maybe your credit score is bad, and you know in that line, there is one hold that they have taken, the medical line they have taken, that ensure that they attend. So I can now say, okay, if you have a bad credit score, if I'm giving Ayodeji, who has, maybe Ayodeji has 750 over, Ayodeji has 800 over 750, and somebody that has 400 over 800, 850. If I'm giving Ayodeji 2%, I will give you 12%. Because I'm trying to I've had insight concerning what you do. You understand now? I need to be protected. I will go ahead and treat you, but you know there's a point of me signing, okay, I will take, because of your bad records, I'm not guaranteeing that my money will come if I give you, because so you will have paid me the interest, you'll have paid my principal, and everybody is fine. And also I've helped you now to improve your, so you know that in such cases, that's so for maybe if you take that now to a lender, if a lender meets someone, no, this is just an advice. Yes. If a lender meets somebody with bad something, there's a way. In some country, even in Nigeria here, people have been approaching credit bureau that we want to know people, we want to work with people who have bad credit score, that we can help them to boost it.
Yes.
That we can, some people, they even in other countries, they want to buy over such bad credits from you so that they can help you to clean it up. Not clean it up meaning not that it will leave the traces will be over. So maybe you are facing repayment. So you are unable to, okay, let me be the one that you are owing now. I will pay on your behalf so that you are fine with them. So myself now, I've now begin to report good credit for you to the bureau because I've taken it over and I need to pay you. So such services also are available for people who had bad credit. And you ask the question, everybody in Nigeria, you have access to one free credit report every year.
Oh, are you serious?
Yes.
Fantastic.
Go online.
Okay.
Do you permit me to share?
Please do. Right, affecting everybody.
Because we want to know.
We want to know. Knowledge. So
they've never known their credit score. Don't talk about them. They are hearing yellow, but it's fine. Yes.
That's fine. Thank you. So you go to CRC Credit Bureau.
Okay.
Online on the app. That is app. CRC Mobile. Download the app. Put in some of your details. They will ask you for some details. Put it inside. Do the necessary things, and your credit report is automatically delivered to you. You have access to one every year, every 12 months for free.
Fantastic.
And then you can check yourself. From that, you can begin. There are other products, if you're into that space, that you can be using to monitor yourself. So, you know, we're talking about identity theft. I know you might go there because I'm sure there must have been some questions. Also, before we read the question, let me tell you. People can use somebody say, well, I've never been aware. I don't know, they've used my BVA, my phone got missing. As I was looking before I could block the other loans on using my records, and then I'm the one that is being chased, and I'm not the one. So you have what is called monitor and alert. I mean, ICOM Plus for individual and COM Plus for a corporate entity. You just pay a premium. You understand? So whenever there's anything about you, we will let you know. So there can be monitoring. So if somebody, I'm not the one, you will quickly run there and say, no, I'm not the one. Because the more you let it be, we have seen people at the point of that important. In our office, people have brought cake to appreciate us, that we're the one that let them know. If not, they will have entered into. People have written a lot of letters appreciating us, emails, showing that your impact is your services that enable me, both from the lender and the borrower. So as a borrower, somebody who, as an SME, as an entrepreneur, check yourself. Look at what is being reported concerning you. That one is an empowerment that you take there. So if somebody, I'm rejecting your loan because your loan, I'm rejecting your facility, if you can stand up and say, no, you can't be rejecting. Why are you rejecting? So you can stand up. Why are you giving me this rate? I've gone through, I've maintained good credit.
Credit.
So why you cannot debate, but people don't even know how to debate. There is 50%. Sign.
Just saying, yes.
But with I'm leaking the secret now.
Yes.
If you know, you can go to your lender and say, no, look at my records. I have my own copy. You have yours. We have mine. So why can't I not get something
Better.
cheaper and better?
Fantastic. Guess what? They said time flies when you're having fun and you're in between two very handsome men. I wish we had more time. But management says we need to call it up because it's an hour. But we'll definitely be bringing you back again. You must promise to come back.
Okay.
Definitely.
Definitely.
I still have more questions.
I know. Because
It's quite
we need
inciting, eye-opening.
we need to
some
check.
of the things you've
All
said.
right, so before we leave, I'll just tell you your very few final words, preferably just advice in 1 minute.
Okay.
Yes.
I've written something and I said I'll just read it out. I said your data is your voice in the financial world. Even if you are small today, keeping a record of how you pay, borrow, or trade can open doors in the future. Do you understand?
Yes.
Credit is not just about borrowing. It is about building a reputation that can help you attract funding partners and opportunities. So don't wait. Start small. Track your transactions, like I've mentioned, and work with platforms that report credit to bureaus. Your future will thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. It's quite, I really enjoyed myself. And of course, we need to get you back again. Thanks so
Definitely.
much.
All right, I want to say thank you so much for always watching and being with us. Don't forget, Just Africa comes up from 8:30 a.m. to 9:30 daily. Don't miss it. My name is Aderinto. Have a fantastic day. Bye-bye.
And I am Olumide Sokoya. Enjoy the rest of your day.